Hey everyone! Welcome to my tutorial on the flat braid join. This is a great method to use when you have squares that are the same size but have different types of stitches. You can even join different sizes together. You just need to make sure you have the same amount of joining spaces that are evenly spaced out. For example, this hexagon hoodie I'm working on combines African flower granny squares with regular granny square clusters. In this tutorial, I will be using a 6.5mm hook with worsted weight yarn to join these little granny squares. First, we need to join our new yarn into the corner. And then we chain 6 and single crochet into the same corner. After that, we're going to chain 4 and single crochet into the next cluster space. And we'll continue with our chain 4 and single crocheting into the next cluster spaces until we reach the corner. Now that we're at the corner, we're going to chain 6 and single crochet back into the corner. Now we're going to do the same thing around the rest of the square. When you get to the last chain 4, you're going to slip stitch into that last slip stitch or into the corner space and fasten off. We start the second square the same as the first, but we're just going to do the first 2 sides. Once we get to the corner, we're going to single crochet and chain 3. Remove your hook from the yarn. Place your hook in that chain 6 space. Replace your yarn. Pull through. Chain 3. And single crochet right back into that corner space. And then you'll continue your chain 4 single crochet pattern. You'll do this by chaining 2, removing your hook from the yarn, placing your hook underneath that first chain 4 space, replacing the yarn, pulling through, chain 2, and single crocheting into that first cluster space. Once again, we're going to chain 2, remove the hook from the yarn, place the hook underneath the chain 4 space, replace the yarn, pull through, chain 2, and then single crochet into the next cluster space. We just continue this pattern until we reach the corner. At the corner, we single crochet, chain 3, remove the yarn from the hook, place the hook underneath the corner loop, replace the yarn, pull through, chain 3, and then single crochet right back into the corner. Now we just finished the square with our chain 4 and single crochet. Fastening off in the corner. We start the third square the same as the second, completing 2 sides. This time we're going to connect our corner loop with the corner of the first square we finished. So we chain 3, remove the yarn from the hook, place the hook into the loop, replace the yarn, pull through, chain 3, and single crochet into the corner. We then connect the squares just like we did the first 2 with a chain 2, removing your hook from the yarn, placing it under the first loop, replacing the yarn, pull through, chain 2, and single crocheting into the next cluster space. We continue this pattern until the corner where you chain 3, remove your hook from the yarn, place your yarn under that corner loop, replace your yarn, pull through, chain 3, single crochet into the first corner, and then completing the square with your chain 4 single crochet. Time for the final square. This time we're just going to complete one side and then start connecting. We're going to do our corner connection with chain 3, removing the hook from the yarn, placing the hook into the loop, replacing the yarn, pulling through, chain 3, single crochet into the corner. We connect the squares with our chain 2, removing the hook from the yarn, placing the hook under the loop, pull through, chain 2, single crochet into the next cluster space, and continuing this to the corner. At the corner, we'll be connecting into the corner loop of our second square. And then we just finished connecting our squares with our chain 2, removing the hook from the yarn, placing the hook under the loop, pulling through, chain 2, single crocheting into the next cluster space, all the way down to the corner. And once we get to the corner, we can finish off the square with our chain 4 single crochets. And there you have it, our 4 granny squares connected with a flat braid join.